Welcome to my channel, all of you. Here I come with my new video today, and in this video I am going to start one new chapter which is called arithmetic progression. So let us understand what is arithmetic progression. Let me tell you, when numbers are arranged by following some logic, when numbers are arranged by following some logic, that whole arrangement is known as sequence. What we call it? We call it sequence. Okay, see, 2, 4, 6, 8. So these all numbers are arranged by following some logic. And what is that logic? That if we add 2 to 2, we will get 4. Again, if we add 2 to 4, we will get 6. If we add 2 with 6, we will get 8. So this is the logic. So these full numbers are known as sequence. What we call it? Sequence. Okay. Now, if in a sequence, if we take any term other than first term, here 2 is first term, 4 is second term, 6 is third term, and 8 is fourth term, right? So if we take any term other than first term, and if we subtract that term with the preceding term, what I mean, if I take 4, and what is the term preceding to 4? I think 2. So if we subtract 4 with 2, what I am getting? I am getting 2, right? If I take any term like 6, so if I subtract 6 with 4, that means the preceding term. What is the preceding term of 6? 4. So if we subtract 6 with 4, I am getting 2. Similarly, if I take 8 and subtract 8 with the preceding term, that is 6, what I am getting? I am getting 2. So in all the cases, I am getting same difference, right? So that same difference is known as common difference. So if in a sequence, if numbers are arranged in such a way that if we take any number and subtract that number with the preceding term, if we are getting same common difference in all the cases, then we call it that sequence are in AP. What we say? That sequence are in AP. Similarly, see the second list of number. See this one. Take -3 and subtract -3 with the preceding term, which is -1, right? So -3 and minus of -1 will give you -2. Similarly, take next term after -3, which is -5. Now subtract -5 with -3. What you will get? You will get -2. Again, if we take -7, right, and if we subtract -7 with -5, what we will get? We will get -2. So we are getting same common difference. So we can say this sequence is in AP, right? Or you can say like this also, that if in a list of number, if each term is obtained by adding one number, right? Like this. Here we have 2. So if we add 2 with 2, what we will get? We will get 4. Again, if we add 2 with 4, what we will get? We will get 6. Again, add 6 with 4. Again, if we will add 6 with 2, what we will get? We will get 8. Again, tell me, what will be the next term? Add 2 with 8, what we will get? We will get 10. So such list of numbers are said to be in AP. So see what I have written here. An AP is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number In the first example, what is that fixed number? It is 2. In the second example, what is that fixed number? It is minus 2, right? So if each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term, such list of number are said to be in AP. Or in other words, if we take any term other than first term, and if we subtract that term with the preceding one, with the preceding term, and in the case if we will get same common difference, then we will say that sequence are in AP. So let me show you one exercise based on AP. See, here we have exercise 5.1 taken from NCERT. Okay, now so let's solve this exercise. What we have in the first question: in which of the following situation does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression? Why? So here we have the solution. You can see, in each of the following situation does the number involved make an arithmetic progression, and why? What is the first one? The first one is the taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer. So for the first kilometer the fare is rupees 15, and for each additional kilometer rupees 8 will be added. So that means if I want to know what will be the fare for the first kilometer, it is 15. What will be the fare for the next second kilometer? It will be 15 plus 8, 23. What will be the fare for the third kilometer? So again 8 will be added. So yes, for the first one we will write yes, this will form AP. How? Because 8 is getting added in each of the terms. So such list of numbers are said to be in AP. So you can see the solution. Yes, they are in AP. How? For first kilometer the fare is rupees 15. Again for the second kilometer rupees 8 is added, and it becomes 15 plus 8 give you 23. Again if we add 8 to 23, what we will get? We will get 31. So see, these are in AP as common difference is rupees 8. Done. So first one is in AP. Now the second one: the amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. So the amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the remaining air in the cylinder at a time. So does it form AP? No, it will never form AP. How? See, let us suppose that the air in the cylinder initially is 1 unit. What is the volume of the air? 1 unit. Now what is 1/4 of? Now the vacuum pump removes 1/4. Removes 1/4. Right. So what is 1/4 of 1? 1/4. So what is the remaining air then? So 1 minus 1/4, which is 3/4. That is why here we have 3/4. Right. 3/4. Again the vacuum pump will reduce 1/4 of 3/4. So what is 1/4 of 3/4? It is 3/16. And what will be the remaining then? What will be the remaining air? So 3/16 minus 3/4 minus 3/16, right? That will be the remaining, which will give you 9/16. Similarly, what is 1/4 of 9/16? It is 9/64. Now again subtract 9/64 from 9/16, we will get 27 by 64. So you can see they are not in AP, as the common difference is not constant or not same. That is why they are not in AP. So let's do the third one. The cost of digging a well after each meter of digging, when it cost rupees 150 for the first meter and rises by rupees 50 for each subsequent meter. So initially for the first meter the cost is 150, for the second meter rupees 50 will added, for the third meter again rupees 50 will added. So what we will obtain? We are obtaining each term by adding rupees 50. That means they will form AP. So see, yes, it will form AP. How? First term is 150. For the second meter, rupees 50 will added. So if rupees 50 will added to 150, what we will get? We will get rupees 20. Sorry, we will get rupees 200. Again, if 50 is added to 200, we will get 250. So see, it will form NAP with common difference rupees 50. Now, the last one, the amount of money in an account the amount of money in the account every year when rupees 10,000 is deposited at compound interest at 8% per annum. So here it is not SI, it is CI, compound interest, right? So do you know what is the formula to find amount when the interest calculated as compound interest? Do you know the formula? What is the formula to find amount? Amount equals to, what was the formula? Amount equals to P in bracket 1 plus R by 100, right? Whole to the power n, right? Whole to the power n, where n is the time. So what is the formula? A is equals to P in bracket 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n. That was the formula. P means principal, the initial amount, R is rate and n is time, right? That is the formula. So here what is the principal? The initial amount is 10,000 and within the bracket what it should be? It should be 1 plus R by 100. So here R is 8. So 1 plus 8 by 100 gives you 108 by 100 for the first year. And for the second year, the time will be 2. For the third year, the time will be 3. See, it will not form AP, as the common difference is not constant. Done. So let's do question number 2. So in question number 2, what we have? Write the first 4 terms of an AP when the first term is basically denoted by A and the common difference is basically denoted by small d. So here the values of A and D are given. What we are required to do? We are required to find first 4 terms. So it is very easy. First is, for the first one, what is A? A is 10. So so first term will be 10 and second term, how will we obtain second term? We will add common difference, that is D, to the first term. What we will get? 10 plus 10. So for the third term, what we will get? We will get again 10 plus 20, because 10 plus 10 gives you 20. So for each term, what we are required to do? We have to add 10, 10, 10 to each of the following terms for 4 times, because 4 terms are required to write. So first term will be 10, second term will become 20, third term will become 30, fourth term will become 40. 10 is added. That's it. For the second one, first term is minus 2 and common difference is 0. So the first term is minus 2, second term will become minus 2 plus 0, right, which will give you minus 2. Again in minus 2 if we add plus 0, again it will give minus 2, right. So the first 4 terms will be minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. Number 4. Number 3. Again, A is 4 and D is minus 3. So the first term is 4. Second term will be 4 minus 3, which is 1. Again, third term will be 1 minus 3, which is minus 2. Right? Again, if we will add minus 3 with minus 2, we will get minus 5. So these are the fourth terms of an AP. 4 terms of an AP. So hope you have understood how to write first 4 terms when A is given and D is given. So let's do the next one. Here we have, now in this question, what we are required to do, which of the following are in AP? If they form an AP, find the common difference D and write the 3 more terms. So first of all, in this question, we are required to know, are they in AP or not? First one. Second one, if they are in AP, then we are required to find common difference. And we are required to write 3 more terms. Here 4 terms are written. See, 4 terms are written. So that means we are required to write 5th, 6th, 8th, 5th, 6th and 7th terms. 3 more terms. So let's do the first one. In the first one, what we have? In the first one, we have 2, 4, 8, 16. So it is obvious, if we subtract 4 with 2, we will get 2. If we subtract 8 with 4, we will get 4. If we subtract 16 with 8, we will get 8. So we are not getting same common difference. That is why they are not in AP. So for the second one, first term is 2, second term is 5 by 2. So in order to check whether they are in AP or not, what is the condition? Take second term and subtract the second term with the first term. Again, take the third term, subtract the third term with the second term. Again, take the fourth term, subtract the fourth term with the third term. In all the cases, if you are getting same common difference, that means they are in AP. That's it. So see. So for the first one, the common difference is not constant. That is why they are, hence it is not in AP. So for the second one, second term was 5 by 2, first term is 2. So 5 by 2 minus 2 give you half. Again, 3 minus 5 by 2 give you half. 7 by 2 minus 3 give you half. So in all the cases, you are getting same common difference, half, half, half. That is why they are in AP. Now, hence D is half and they are in AP, and according to question, we need to write 3 more terms. So what is the last term here in this question? Last term means fourth term. Here the fourth term is 7 by 2. So what will be the next term? We need to add common difference with 7 by 2. So 7 by 2 plus half, which is 4. Right, see, which is 4. Again with 4, add half, 9 by 2. Again in 9 by 2, add half, we will get 5. So the next 3 terms are 4, 9 by 2, 5. Okay. Third one. In the third question, what we have? We have minus 1.2, minus 3.2, minus 5.2, minus 7.2. So we are required to check whether are they in AP, whether they are in AP or not. So for that, again we need to do the same thing. Take the second term and subtract the second term with the first term. Take the third term, subtract third term with the second term. See, are you getting same common ratio? Sorry, same common difference. So if we subtract minus 3 by 2 with minus of 1.2. So minus minus will become plus, and minus 3 by 2 plus 1.2 will give you minus 2. Similarly, if we subtract third term with the second term, you will get minus 2. Minus 2. See, in all the cases, we are getting same common difference. So they are in AP. And what will be the next 3 terms? So here, what is the last one? That means the fourth term. Here the fourth term is minus 7.2. So add minus 2 to 7.2. You will get minus 9.2. Again in minus 9.2 add minus 2. You will get minus 11.2. So this is how 3 terms are written. Next 3 terms. So hope you have understood how to know whether the list of numbers are in AP or not, how to write the next 3 terms, right? So in this exercise, all the basic concept, not all the basic concept, the basic concept of AP is covered. So what we have learned so far, we have learned how to know the given list of numbers are in AP or not. If the given numbers are in AP, how to find the next 3 terms. This is what we have understood so far. So hope you have understood whatever I taught today. So if there will be any doubts, you are required to ask me. And what is your task right now? Your task is to solve all the questions of exercise 5.1. So in the next video, I am going to solve next exercise, which is exercise 5.2 of AP. Hope you have enjoyed my session and keep watching my channel. Thank you.